I've been working with the Forest Service for, frankly enough, almost 30 years. I spent a few years with the Rocky Mountain Research Station in the Forest Service, and some of those years were spent here. But for the last 20 years or so, I've been working out of the regional office in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And so my presentation this morning is on, riparian and aquatic ecosystem strategy, and it's almost kind of like a little bit of a flashback. I recall my graduate advisor when I was down at the University of Arizona saying a lot of things, sort of cycle in about 20-year sort of cycles when people get all interested in something, and then, it kind of goes away, and then 20 years later it's back again, and people are going, oh, I've got the greatest thing here to share with you. And then if you've been around for 20 years, you go, yeah, I've heard this before. Anyway, I was working on things dealing with riparian issues back in the early 80s, mid-80s, when I was a graduate student down at the University of Arizona. A lot of the first conferences they had on managing, riparian areas. Roy Johnson, I don't know if there are some people here who might have heard Roy Johnson. He led a lot of the conferences and things that were dealing with that. Currently, within our agency, I'm in the regional office, and we've developed, or we're working on, a riparian strategy, to better manage the riparian areas that we have on the national forests. Okay. So in the national forest here in the southwestern region, which I work with, we have a little over 20 million acres spread across 2 states, actually 4 states, because we have grasslands that are in the Oklahoma and Texas panhandles. On those 20 million acres, we have about 433,000 riparian areas, giving us about 2% of our land area is in riparian areas. And one of the neat things about those riparian areas is that they contain a lot of biodiversity, a lot of the recreation activities. They provide water for a lot of the communities, urban areas and rural communities around the Southwest. And so, in my presentation here, I threw in some slides. I'm not going to read these things to you, so don't get worried about that. I threw them in as just sort of, pointers to, I'm sure you've seen, some of these comments, these things about, how much of the land is in riparian areas, the importance that they are. And we considered all these things as we were developing our riparian strategy, the importance that they have for us. So within the strategy that we have, which I have a copy of right here, unfortunately I can't share it with you because it is right now is an internal document, and I guess I haven't been given authorization to give it out, but I can tell you that, contained within it, we have purpose statements, we have like a need for why we have this strategy, we have a mission statement, and then we have sort of a vision for what we want to see the different areas within our riparian areas to look like in the future. And under each one of these particular visions that we have listed here, we have a lot more specifics. And again, I don't expect you to read any of this. This will be all forthcoming in a document that we'll be putting together within the next couple of months. We're a bit behind on our strategy. The thought was that, by the time this conference came along, that we'd be a little bit further along with our strategy than we are. And so, again, I can't, I guess, officially share the document with you. But in addition to, our visions, we have goals, and then underneath our goals, we have, kind of our long-term and short-term objectives of what we want to see. And one of the important parts about our strategy is that we'd like to work better with partners than we have in the past. A lot of our leadership team out of the regional office has seen that the way that we've managed some of our riparian areas in the past hasn't really been working very well. Some of the things that we can do better at is how do we target funding to go to riparian areas, rather than just putting money out there, for forests to determine. There are different types of systems that we can use to help direct money to where we feel are some of the more priority areas within our region. And everything that we'll be doing in the future, we'll be doing with partners. And so, as you can see, our seventh goal here is communicate the value and benefits of riparian and aquatic ecosystems. That's one of our most important goals, is how do we communicate this to our publics and get public involvement in everything that we do. So who's going to do this? We all can do this together. And again, the work that we're going to be doing as we go forward, it's all about partnerships. An organization that, I recently attended one of their workshops. It's the Cross Watershed Network. They're an organization, and I think they may be presenting here at the conference today. They're an organization that seems to be very effective at helping organizations like ours better work together. Because there's a lot of work going on, as you saw from what Leanna presented here this morning. I was amazed at how much ITEP is doing. And I can be perfectly honest, I didn't know of ITEP. And, how do we get involved with them, to learn from them, and how can they learn from us? And so I think, organizations like the Cross Watershed Network can help all of us. And, it's not for a lack of resources. I think a lot of our problem is a lack of coordination between us. We don't know what others are doing. And so I think as we go forward, we have websites like the one here, our Watershed Condition Framework, where we in the Forest Service, we've identified, where are some of our priority areas that we need to work in. Our states, like the Arizona Department of Environmental Quality, also the New Mexico Department of Environmental Quality, they have websites where they show, what are the priority areas that work needs to be done in. I think we all need to use these resources more effectively in determining where we need to do work, so that the dollars that we do have, they can be put in the most, to the most effective use. And, again, this is an outing with the Cross Watershed Network. It was a great conference that I attended with them. This is an example of a product out of Highlands University in New Mexico, where they've shown, it shows where they've done projects all across the state. And each one of these dots, represents where a project has been done or is ongoing. You can click on it. It'll bring up information about who's doing what. And I just think we need to develop more tools and use them to help us, put our limited resources to the best use that we can. So I'm not going to take any questions at this time, maybe one or two. I don't know how many minutes I have remaining, but we do have a poster out in the poster area by the same topic. My colleague, David Anderson, has his hand up over there. He and I are going to be at that poster, this after, during poster sessions, during breaks. And so any questions that you have about, our strategy, come over and ask us. Because, working and improving our riparian areas is a group thing. We have to work together with partnerships. And the Forest Service, I'm here to demonstrate that we are interested in having others work with us. So that's it. I guess I have time to take maybe one or two questions if there's just one. But, we will have our poster out there in the lobby.
I have an easy one.
Okay.
Well, first off, I want to thank you for highlighting the importance of partnerships. That's something I've definitely been hearing a lot from the Forest Service. It's nice to hear that reiterated here. My question is very easy. The Watershed Condition Framework map that you showed, is that available on the region website, or where can you find that online?
Oh, sorry. I got distracted. Yes, it is available.
On the region website?
That's a good question. I can get that. I can get that to you if you come by the poster there. And I think I guess I have a link that I always go to, but it's supposed to be available. In fact, I know it's available because our state partners have actually used it. And then on that site, we show projects that we're doing, and then there are actually the project details of who the partners are and how much money is being invested in there. Wally?
Roy, how are you addressing, I assume you're addressing groundwater dependent elements of the landscape?
Yes, sir.
And in the context of climate change. So could you describe, is that a major effort that you're looking at right now in developing the strategy, or is it principally just the riparian areas?
It's the groundwater dependent ecosystems, how we address them will be included in the strategy and what we will be working on. And, our strategy is a work in progress. And, we'll work on things as they come along and as we have the resources. But, I'm open to discussing that with you more.
Great.
Thank you.